Welcome to another one of our staff interviews. Today we're talking with Connie Austin. Connie, what do you do here at JFCS?
Well, I currently work on the Klein Older Adult Unit, and my primary responsibilities as a social worker, a licensed clinical social worker, are to provide counseling, caregiver support, case management services to older adults and their loved ones, their family members.
Okay, so kind of like when we talked to Joanne.
Yeah, it's going to be, my caseload is very similar to Joanne's, with the exception that I'm now currently working on an exciting new grant that we have. It's called the REACH VA grant. It's authored by the Veterans Administration, and it is managed through KIPTA, and I am the interventionist for that grant at our site. And what that means is that I go out to homes for persons who are living with and caregiving for someone who has Alzheimer's or another dementia. And it's an evidence-based method, and we go into the home and we identify any kind of safety issues or problem areas. Usually there are really severe stress levels on the caregiver. Sometimes this is an adult daughter living with their parent who has Alzheimer's, but oftentimes, more often for me, it's a spouse. And usually it's the female spouse working with their loved one, their husband who has Alzheimer's. And the challenge is to go out and to provide education, support, and really it's called an intervention because we want to try to help people keep their loved one in their home as long as possible, while encouraging the caregiver to have their own life and their own, purpose other than just caregiving 24 hours a day. So
that would be really easy to be consumed by that.
They are, and that's what we're there for. And it is a fun and exciting program. The program, we actually incorporate this wonderful notebook that is huge and has two different sections. One specifically geared towards caregiver concerns, stress, burnout, their own social life, social isolation, holidays, what to do around all those things. And then the other section is primarily geared toward identifying problem behaviors in the care receiver. And with Alzheimer's and dementia, there are a million different problems that can come up, and the program adequately addresses almost every issue. But we do have to kind of hand tailor the program because there will be things that come up that I've not heard before. And so I'm there kind of as the person to cheer on the caregiver and give them some relief. We try to hook them into some community resources, make them more aware of what's out there for support. And we provide this counseling in the home because we have found that, caregivers can't leave. These 24-hour caregivers cannot leave they don't have the luxury of coming into the office and taking a break and talking to us here. So we actually go into the home for 6 sessions, and then we provide 3 additional sessions over the phone. And then we also we try to get, for example, right now I have 5 different clients in this program, and we try to get all 5 of them on a conference call occasionally for a group support without making them leave their homes and come into an office. I personally feel like if they could come and meet each other, it would be wonderful because they're all such amazing spirits, and it would be great support for them to just be in a room with each other. But we really do understand that getting caregivers out, if we're able to get them out, we want them to be out playing and not having to deal with these issues. So
how do they find you?
Well, it's a program through VA, and because KIPTA is our sort of management site, they contracted with us to provide the intervention, but they are the ones managing the program. We report back to them. They have advertised for us. We have also given a lot of information out to the Alzheimer's Association. Alzheimer's Association had a program in town at Hilton Hotel last week with some keynote speakers and some caregiver support issues, and so we went to that and handed out flyers telling them about it. So we're just trying to get the word out as much as we can. We're trying to, because I'm the only interventionist at this site right now, we do want more. We would love to have more people. You know, we're limited in how many we can take. The program is free to the participants because this is under a grant. So that's another thing that they really like, because so many times they are really strapped financially as well.
So if people need help, they call you?
They can call me. A lot of times they will call Mari Malka, because her name is on all the information that goes out advertising the program. And she will do an actual pre-screening to make sure that they're appropriate. And what makes them appropriate would be, first of all, that they are either living in with the person who has Alzheimer's dementia, or at least providing many hours a day of care, including meal preparation. Most of the time they are live-in. We did have one case where it was a brother and sister. The brother was caring for his sister, and she actually lived in an outbuilding behind him, but he provided for her care many, many hours a day. So that qualifies the caregiver. The care recipient has to have an Alzheimer or dementia diagnosis. And they also need to, and Mari knows more about this because she does the pre-screening, they need to not be so far advanced in their illness that an intervention will not do any good. So, in other words, we can still intervene and help the caregiver with all kinds of supportive services, but the REACH program is really, focused more on trying to help impact the behavioral problems and impact the stress level of the caregiver. So, Mari could tell you more about how that screening is.
We're going to try and interview her really soon.
Okay, yeah, good luck.
So do you have anything else you want to tell us? Do you have any advice for caregivers out there right now?
No, just that they are my heroes. If I could write a book, I can think of so many people who are, 3 women right now that I'm working with in the REACH program who just absolutely amaze me. They have devoted their life in the past. All 3 of their recipients have had Alzheimer type symptoms for at least 10 years. And they are still coping with them, they are loving them, they are being loving towards them, even when their loved one doesn't even know who they are anymore. And their strength and their courage is just phenomenal. So it's a very inspirational program. Hard, but inspirational.
Wow. Well, thank you very much for being our interview today, Connie.
Thank you.
See you next week.